Yo, what's good? Skano from the gutter. This couple in Georgia, the Frenchman, Duchess Dior, the dude that unalived his wife, then himself on Facebook Live. The dark irony in this situation. Dude went on his live to expose his wife, you know, for infidelity, adultery, giving him an STD allegedly, amongst other things. He went on live to expose her and ended up unaliving her for what she was about to expose. Now, a lot of people are saying that they think he premeditated this. He had every intention to crash out on her before he went live. I don't think that's the case. The energy changed when she mentioned his late best friend. Of all the things that was said on his live, because people in relationships will say crazy shit to each other, about each other, in the presence of other people, and stay together. You know, so the revelation about STDs and all that, I don't even think that was the underlying premise. The energy change, and he said it. He said, if you go that route, if you do that, you out of here. So when she brought up Odie, I think that's the dude's name. Like I said, this dude's late best friend. So apparently, he set his best friend up for a lick, and dude got unalived. Now, for what I understand, only she had this knowledge outside of him. So it said he was still around his best friend's family up until this, you know what I'm saying, the time of this incident. Like Pac and Juice. So he around dude's family playing a role like, he don't know what happened, woo woo. So at the point where she began to start divulging, you know what I'm saying, exposing that's why Buddy crashed out. Now, understanding some of the details of this, it seemed like he didn't have much left. You know what I'm saying? It looked like he was on this, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have much left to lose anyway. And that was just, the straw on the camel's back. So you got to think that you find out your wife cheating. Everything you own is in her name. Because if you understand, like I said, the backdrop on this dude being a street dude, um, a felon, he had everything in her name. He find out she moving around on him. I mean, needless to say, she could, essentially cut him off the picture, move on with her new dude in his house, because technically it's her house, even though it's his house. You understand? So all the different dynamics, it very well could be, he probably was gonna crash out at some point anyway, man. But all this to say that I really think at the point where she, brought that situation up and crossed that line, that he didn't, and that shows you, and that showed him that she did not care about him at all. Because to put that out there, to expose that, and I don't know, nigga, once you start bringing up STDs and, you know what I'm saying, fronting on her, and that's the thing with toxicity, man. It's a get back game. But you don't decide, you know what I'm saying, what's off limits. So you bring up STDs, you putting that on Facebook Live, you know what I'm saying, and she like, oh, okay, we doing that. And did she cross the line? Well, at the end of the day, man, it played out how it played out. So he definitely feels she crossed the line. And like I said, when she started divulging that information, You got to think of the shit that's coming behind that. So she put him all the way out there. And at that point, she becomes an instant op in the blink of an eye because he processes that as you don't give a fuck about me. You know what's coming behind that. You putting that out there like that. That's about to change everything. So a dude that already ain't got shit left to lose, really, you know, now you put that out there. He now he got pressure coming from the streets. Ops gonna be on his neck. In his eyes, it's all over, and that's why he did what he did. Now I can't makes there's no reasoning this shit out. It's just trying to make some sense of it. But like I said, man, he went up there to expose her, and the way it played out. Speaking of exposure, the hell is going on in South Carolina, man? It's like 2 or 3 different cases coming out of South Carolina of dudes with HIV knowingly spreading it around. One of these dudes, they say, infected over 200 women and men. So I'm not sure if he was, you know what I'm saying, playing both sides of the track or if, but they specifically said, 200 men and women. But, it's like, and it's probably a situation like this coming out of every state. I know there was a situation like this in Ohio. The days are going raw dog over, man. They are. That shit is over. I mean, obviously it's not over because people still doing it, but this is why the HIV rate has skyrocketed again. They got it under control. In the early 2000s, mid 2000s, it was starting to, now the shit then skyrocketed again. And the hookup, link up culture, And let's be real, man. This shit been prevalent ever since I jumped off the porch. I'm not gonna lie. And I must admit, man, I took many a chances out there. It's only by the grace of God or just pure luck, you know what I'm saying, that I could say I came out unscathed, if you want to put it that way, because it's getting crazy out there. And people still thinking that you can go raw dog with just random people. Like, what the hell that shit is over, man. They got flesh-eating diseases out here, I'm telling you, man. Like I said, will eat your shit right off. Male and female, And if you think it's cap, research it. Now, they've been trying to keep that under wraps, and that's they saying that's spreading. That's the next epidemic that's on the rise. Shit, hey, you think HIV is, you know what I'm saying? And you get these staph infections, these bacterial flesh-eating diseases. That shit is hard to eradicate, man. They hit you with all type of antibiotics, and that shit still don't want to die. So y'all keep playing around if you want to. I'm glad I got a majority of mine out of my system back in the 80s, 90s, because now is not the time, man. Like I said, man, as far as going raw dog, with no discretion at all, that's why we at the point where we at now. And a lot of y'all know y'all dirty. And by that I mean y'all know y'all got something. So this one dude, 200 people when he got 5 years for that. HIV now. 200 people and you get 5 years for that, man. Knowingly, like, should be amputation and life in prison, one or the other. But yeah, it is what it is, man. But like I said, as far as, the casual link up, with randos culture, That's why we where we at now. So go ahead, take your chances if you want to. You know, you fuck around, you wake up with something that you know what I'm saying? Just antibiotics ain't gonna get rid of. Fuck around, they get rid of you. No ops left Scano. You already know.